today's NorthXshow Quickie. It's Tuesday, October 23rd, as I come into Fargo, North Dakota, northbound on I-29. I figured I'd actually start the Quickie today when I'm actually somewhere. Usually I'm out in the middle of nowhere, but I figured, you know what, today I'll actually start it right as I'm coming into Fargo here, so at least give you something to look at. Last night was the third and final presidential debate, and in honor of that, I am banning politics from the NorthXshow Quickie for the rest of the week, barring any unforeseen, breaking news or any bombshells that might drop. I'm putting politics on hold. I've had it. Done with them. I'm sure you are in probably the same boat. Sick of the ads, sick of everything. And we've all pretty much made up our minds by now. Most of us have. So, on to something a little bit lighter. Listening to my favorite radio show on Sirius XM, the Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius, boy, I don't even know what it is anymore. Sirius 206, XM 105, I believe, are the channels if you happen to have it in your car. It's not for for everybody. It is a little bit, shall we say, edgy. But in today's show, they had Peter Criss from the band Kiss. Now, if you're like me, I'm 46. I grew up with Kiss, my childhood heroes, so to speak. That's the music I kind of grew up on. They kind of set the stage for me and what my musical tastes were going to be. And so I followed them along their whole career and was pretty intrigued by them all the way up until the big reveal on MTV where they where they came out without their makeup on. It was pretty cool, I got to say. But today Peter Criss was on being interviewed, promoting his book, Makeup to Breakup, my time in and out of Kiss. It's a book that I'm sure you can find on Amazon. It sounds like a really, really good book. I'm going to pick it up myself or get it to e-read it, one of the two. I'm not sure if I'll get the hardcover or not. But it does sound like a fascinating book with a lot of stories about some of the scenes behind Kiss as the band was developing and on through the time when Peter Criss was kicked out and Ace Frehley and yada yada. So if you're not a Kiss fan, you don't care. But I said all that to get to this point. On this very same show, the Opie and Anthony Show, they had a clip of Axl Rose, little rock theme here. Sorry about that, but I'm getting to a point, so hang in there. Axl Rose from the 80s rock band Guns N' Roses, another iconic band that also influenced my musical tastes. And this live recording of Axl Rose singing Welcome to the Jungle was horrific. I mean, it was, I couldn't believe. I'm not a real great singer, but I trust me when I say I think I could do a better impression of Axl Rose than Axl Rose can do now. And this whole Peter Criss and Axl Rose thing brought up this question in my mind about time, about wasting time, about squandering time. Now, if you look at Axl Rose, if you know anything about Axl Rose, you also know that the band Guns N' Roses could have been on tour nonstop. They could have been one of those bands that never stopped touring and just continued to make hits. Instead, Axl Rose, for whatever reason, I won't get into the reasons why, but for whatever reason he had, would not tour with the band, argued with the band, when they would have a gig, would wait, supposed to go on stage at 9 and would show up finally at midnight and the fans, or just cancel the show altogether and just basically be a dick, right? And that's kind of where I'm going with the whole squandering time thing. You look at what this man could have done and what he actually did. He blew it. It's too late for him now. You look at the example of Peter Criss. He didn't blow it. It wasn't by his doing. Well, it kind of was because he did get into some drugs and alcohol and stuff like that, which was part of the reason why he got booted out of Kiss. But at the same time, this guy reached the pinnacle of rock stardom. He was a rock star, a rock god, so to speak. And he still ended up struggling with no money after all this fame and fortune. It all went away. It just disappeared. Now, who knows all the reasons why? The fact is, this happens time and time again with these famous people. Same thing with Axl Rose. Squandered time. Now, I'll take it down to a personal level. I've squandered time in my life. There have been periods of time in my life where, because of bitterness, because of whatever emotional thing you want to attach to it, I missed out on stuff. I missed out on a life that I could have lived because something else was in the way. And hearing these stories today got me thinking, don't do that, man. If you're young, especially if you're young, live your life. And I'm not saying throw caution to the wind. Don't plan. Go out and just be reckless and do stupid crap. Don't get me wrong, because that's not what I'm saying. But live your life. If you got a dream, go for the dream, man. Go for what you want to do. You know, whatever that is. Because, number one, we always hear this, the phrase, life is short. Well, it is. I can attest to that. I lost my dad when I was 12 years old. Life is short. But that's not the only reason. Live your life while you're alive. I know I sound like I'm preaching here. I don't know where this came from. It's kind of weird compared to what I normally do. But I had the thought, you know what? I'm going to share it today on the Quickie because that's where I'm at. And I don't even like the word share. I can't believe I just used it. I'm going to put it out there on the Quickie today. If you got something, I'm doing right now what I want to do. Being able to broadcast while I drive my truck, it's awesome to me. It's part of my dream. And if you've got something like that, I don't care if it's music, I don't care if it's a career, I don't care what it is. We live in, in the United States of America, with all politics aside, whatever shape this country's in right now, it's still the best place on planet Earth to live your dream. Whatever that is, whatever it is, go for it. Don't stop. Don't waste time. Don't let small things get in the way. And above and beyond that, people. Now, I'm not a real big people person, but the people who are closest to me, that's what I value the most in life right now. At 46, the people in my life are more important than any money I could ever make. So, maybe you don't have a group of 100 friends. With Facebook and everything, it's all about how many friends you got. Maybe you only got one or two or three, or maybe even just one really good friend in your life. But if that's all you got, man, cherish that relationship and do as much as you can with the people that you care about. Because in the end, that's all that matters. When it's all said and done at the end of the day, it's all about what you did with your time while you were here and what you did with the people that you cared about. So don't let the little piddly stuff ruin your life and do like what it did to Axl Rose. What a waste. What a waste. This guy could have been, and at the same time, I understand he was huge. He was at a place in life where most of us will never be, ever. Okay, so he's got that going for him. But I just see the potential that was there and the waste because of whatever it was that held him back. And I see that in my own life, and I see it in other people's lives around me. I'm like, man, I hate seeing waste. All right, enough preaching for today. What a weird one. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you later.